All right, welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. We've put the conversation on politics to a rest. We're not talking about the Kayunga LC5 by-election. We'd like to talk about Glovo. As Glovo cornered Kampala, that is the $64,000 question. I have Sakib Munir, the country manager of the same, that is Glovo, joining me right now to talk about this amazing app that you can use to actually get everything you want from the confines of your home or workplace. Very good morning, Mr. Munir.
Good morning, Ramya.
Tell me about Glovo.
So,
what is Glovo? How are Ugandans embracing it?
So Glovo is a pioneering multi-category app. We're operating in the last mile delivery space.
I see.
And yeah, the response has been really good. We've crossed our first year, and I think people are liking the service.
I see.
New fans, yeah.
Oh yeah, so you're just kind of like Jumia. What you do, I get on my phone, I get to the Glovo app, I can tap a restaurant, I can tap any other, organization that I'm looking for, and then you bring the services to my home or workplace.
Absolutely. And we're not just a food delivery app. We also deliver, all your favorite supermarkets are there.
Oh yeah.
Guardian Pharmacy. In case now you have Christmas coming up, so in case you want to buy a gift for that special someone, we have a shops and gift section.
Indeed.
For chocolates, flowers, and we're also known as the Anything app in many of the countries we operate in.
All right, you recently expanded operations in Africa. What is your footprint on the African continent?
So in the past couple of years, we've grown to 7 African countries.
7?
Yeah. That includes Uganda, Kenya, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Morocco, Tunisia, and Nigeria is the most latest one. So we're now in 40 cities in 7 African countries.
I see. And COVID-19 did not spare anyone, I'm telling you. How did you circumvent all those challenges?
So we entered the Ugandan market during COVID-19.
During the election period?
During the election period.
Must have been tough.
So, I mean, this past year has been tough for most businesses.
Indeed.
But I think no better time for a service like ours to enter the market, because now it's very, very easy, despite curfews, despite the short timings we have. Restaurants and businesses can reach their customers without having to, spend much time. So it's been a good response, especially due to COVID, for people to do business online.
Let's talk about driving usage and the customer experience. What are you doing in that sphere, ensuring that you drive some of these, operations to ensure that usage and customers are satisfied with the experience? What are you doing in that regard?
So at Glovo, we're not just a delivery company. We're a technology platform.
I see.
And as such, we use the power of data to optimize and make sure we can shave every minute off of that delivery. Especially for food delivery, it needs to get to you super hot. So some of the interventions we're putting in place is making sure we're the fastest delivery service in town. And also, as you mentioned, COVID has been a difficult period.
Indeed.
So we're making sure that we can negotiate huge discounts, up to 50% of your favorite brands. And our delivery fee starts from as little as 600 shillings.
All right, of course you said you're using technology, and one too many times technology can pose a huge challenge, especially for my people here in Uganda. We have a 40% prevalence of the internet all over the country, even though 60% of the population can actually, get a phone and make a phone call. Only 40% can actually get connected onto the internet. What are you doing, or what solutions are you putting in place to help such individuals in that bracket?
So you've brought in a very important issue. Even though we're at a very low internet penetration rate, we as Glovo operate in city centers and
hotspots and
Kampalas. So the idea is to operate in places with good internet. However, we do recognize that this access to internet is still growing. What we are testing out right now is for restaurants, especially small vendors who can't afford a nice smartphone, to receive orders via SMS. So you as a user can have your visual experience and see the app and choose your favorite meal, but the restaurant can receive it via SMS. So there are technologies we are playing with and trying to really tailor it to the local market.
I understand. And of course, what about the people within the rural areas? Because this is where internet is not so widespread. The people in the rural areas, how are you willing to target them? Or are you only focusing on Kampala and Entebbe?
Currently, we are focusing on the busy cities.
All right.
And the problem we're trying to take care of is, having to go through congestion, parking your car, getting off, and then facing the risk of the infection and the pandemic we're talking about. So right now, you can be working in your office during your limited work hours and still have your groceries delivered to your home or office, or even choose to pick them up from the location on your way home. So we're trying to simplify that process of going out there and getting your meal.
What are the future plans for the rural areas as far as Glovo is concerned?
So I think we have our work cut out for us in Kampala, and most recently we've launched in Entebbe. We are looking at other towns, and again, rural areas is maybe where the convenience aspect is not something people demand yet.
They would rather walk to the shop and, do everything the normal way.
Yes.
Conventional way.
So as you know, Kampala is getting bigger and bigger.
Busy schedules and everything, I see.
Yeah, and Kampala is growing at almost double the speed of the national population.
Indeed.
So this is not a problem specific to Uganda. It's Africa-wide, it's Asia-wide, it's happening everywhere. City infrastructure is not able to keep up with the influx of people coming in. And so, with time, this is a service which will become essential, especially as you use it and taste that convenience.
Indeed, Munir. Besides issues of internet connectivity, besides issues of COVID-19, what other challenges dogged your operations right here in Uganda as Glovo?
Overall, in our first year, thankfully to the Ugandan public and to the restaurants that supported us, we've seen great traction. However, we as an industry, including players operating in the same industry, we are jointly trying to fight for the Facebook ban, for example, because we realize how many young Ugandans are relying on such platforms to do business. We're also trying to lobby for lowering of taxes, because internet,
especially on the internet.
Yes,
there's a 12% tax on that.
There's a 12% tax on that, and as more and more people now need to set up businesses or need to operate at a lower cost, and the internet provides that. Multiple platforms and avenues of doing business, highlighting your goods. So we as an industry are trying to lobby, for the betterment of the digital e-commerce space.
The traders, the vendors, the restaurants you work with, what are some of the challenges they actually talk to you about in confidence? That these are some of the challenges I'm grappling with on a daily basis, and this is why I'm not giving you services on a timely manner every day. Yes. The vendors, the traders, and the whole value chain you work with. What are some of the challenges dogging their ability to work with you?
So as you know, setting up a business and fine-tuning it takes many years. It takes a lot of training of staff. And there's a capacity that gets created.
Indeed.
What we've noticed is a lot of restaurants, hotels, grocery stores, they were staffed up to a certain capacity. Their spaces were rented for large amounts to host a certain number of people.
Indeed.
And with COVID, we've noticed a reduction in buying power. Of course, we're losing out the nighttime orders. Indeed. So what's happened is people have had too much capacity, and it's undone a lot of the work of many years of fine-tuning and perfecting their businesses. However, I think, like I said, it's no better time to adopt the digital space because people need that extra order, people need that extra business. So we found a very, very willing market to come on board, try the product, and right now, what we've done in the first year is to have the sign-ups for free. So as a business, as a restaurant, or a grocery store, we don't charge you anything upfront. And all of the web hosting, the training, putting up your pictures, and all that work, we take it on for free. And that's something I think the market has really responded.
So what criteria do I have to follow if I want to be a trader or a vendor for Glovo to join your value chain?
So you can check us out on glovoapp.com. There's a section for partners to sign up, and it's very, very simple. You just enter your details, and you should get a call back in a very short period, and we get you going. So a sign up can take signing you on and creating your setup, your shop online can take maximum up to 1 week.
All right, let me speak to my traders and vendors within the jurisdiction of Chikubu. These are people who are largely, I would say 85% of them in the informal sector. Yes. They are not computer literate, you know, they are not technologically savvy, meaning they would not be able, you know, in a position to get onto their smartphone, look for the Glovo app, get onto there, follow the criteria and sign up. So what kind of solutions do you have for such individuals who might not be able to get onto the internet because of those gaps that I'm talking about? Yes. The fact that they are not technologically savvy.
So we have our phone contacts, which are you know on the app on the website, and
so you just make a phone call and they take it through. And
we also have agents, you know, going town to town, shop to shop to invite people. So the main thing is to reach us online and find our contacts and reach out. But I love that you've mentioned Chikubu, because eventually the aim is, I grew up around Chikubu as well, and I know how dynamic the market is.
Very vibrant.
And I think the vision is to create a larger market for vendors.
Indeed, it's simply because they've largely stayed in that conventional way of doing business, waiting physically for the customer to come through. And we do believe that a lot could actually be achieved for these vendors who are in the informal sector if they could ably get their customers online, if they could find a way of getting those services to reach their customers from wherever they are. Many people cannot make it to town to actually go to Chikubu and buy a few things. So please, you need to be helping them in that regard. And of course, you said you're missing out money on the nighttime orders, but then the president is telling us the economy is reopening fully January of 2022. What do you anticipate to be the growth in terms of sales as we reopen in 2022?
Wow, so I think what I'm personally really excited about is having a 24/7 service. So we plan to deliver at any time of the night. And it's expected, looking at the trend in other countries, that we might be able to double the orders. And no, it's really exciting because I know the nighttime culture in Uganda.
Indeed. And it's really vibrant, I'm telling you.
Yes, it's really vibrant. And you sitting at home watching TV, you may not want to go get milk for tomorrow or that Panadol because your head is hurting.
Indeed.
So, or even if you've left your keys at a friend's house, you can send a Glovo and they go bring it up to your house.
In our schools, how can they maximize on this Glovo app? Is there demand within the schools? Is there a market within the schools?
Yes.
How so?
So as you know, most Ugandans are still below the age of 30. Indeed. So there's a number of large part of the market that's in schools and universities. So we do have deals starting from as low as 5,000 shillings.
I see.
For your daily lunches. And universities before the lockdown happened were one of our biggest target markets.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words as we come to the end of this show, Ms. Munir? Talk to the viewers out there who are not signed up to Glovo, who would like to woo more customers.
No, I would encourage the users, and first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Ugandan market, thank our Kampalans for the support and the feedback. Most importantly, it's the feedback we use to really keep improving towards where the market wants. Sign up, check us out, especially for festive deals. We have a Glovo party section. You can buy your favorite cakes at highly discounted rates and super cheap delivery fees. And try us out, give us your feedback, and keep supporting us.
Any vouchers for our viewers?
Yes, that's something we can look into.
That is Akib Munir, the country manager for Glovo. Indeed, many thanks for having made the time to speak to us right here on Morning at 10 TV.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Indeed. So you're still watching Morning at 10 TV. We're going to be taking a very short break and return with more information right here. Keep it here.